Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to today's video. Now today is going to be for those of you on a budget. I know a lot of us with our fish tanks like to ball on a budget.
Ballin' like Curry.
And that's exactly what we're going to do in today's video. By the way, if you hear the ducks in the background, they're being really annoying today. Actually, I'm going to go let them out so they stop quacking. Okay, let the ducks out. And we should be semi-undisturbed now. So yes, this video is for you if you want to stay on a budget, if you have a fish tank and maintaining it is kind of expensive, or if you just want to save some money so you can afford a new tank, a new fish, you know, whatever you want. But I'm going to give you my favorite tips on how I save money in the aquarium hobby. So the very first thing, which is very obvious, but most people just kind of pass by and ignore it, is getting something like this, a reusable filter pad. Now this is a bonded filter pad roll. It's by Aquatic Experts. I've talked about this a lot because I just really like it. I've used it in a whole bunch of tanks and it's made the water crystal clear. But my favorite part about this is this big roll right here is $16. Normally at pet stores for like cartridges you put in your filter, it's like $16 and you get like 3 of them. And what happens is those cartridges clog up so fast, you have to replace them every month. With something like this, it's foam. There's no carbon in it. It doesn't go bad. All you do is rinse it out, keep it clean, and then if you need to replace it, you have a whole roll of it. This will last you years, depending on the size of your filter and depending on the size of your aquarium. This $16 investment will last you so much longer than cartridges ever will. So if you're looking to save money with your aquarium filter, ditch the cartridges and get a bonded filter pad roll or just reusable foam to stick in there. My next recommendation for saving money in the aquarium hobby is to buy in bulk. As you can see, this is a large thing of fish food, this is a large thing of water conditioner. Setting the fish food aside, these are 2 things of water conditioner, both by the same brand, both the exact same thing. This right here is $3, this right here is $3, this is $6. Can you tell a difference?
Duh.
Obviously, this is nothing compared to this huge bottle. So go ahead, if you're gonna use it, if you have a lot of aquariums, or if you just change a lot of water, same thing with fish food, this big thing, a lot cheaper than a whole bunch of small ones. If you go through the amount of product, invest up front to get the $6 bottle of water conditioner, instead of $23 bottles. Save you a ton of money in the long run. Once again, same thing with fish food. The next tip I have for you guys is something you guys might not have heard of, and it's called buying assorted. Now, buying assorted can help you in a whole bunch of different ways, fish and live plants. We all know that live plants are way better for your freshwater aquarium than fake ones. Not only do they clean the water, but they also add a real natural aspect to the aquarium. They're very easy to keep, at least some of them are, and they're actually cheaper than fake plants. These ducks nothing but want to make the loudest noise when I'm trying to film. Swinging into my freshwater planted tank, you can see my assortment of live plants. Now, I bought all these live plants from PETCO. My PETCO has great plant tanks. Besides the point, you can do the same tactic at your local fish store. All of these live plants were in an assorted plant tank for $5. Now, this crypt plant right in the front, if I found it in the crypt plant spot, or if I bought the Anubias in the Anubias plant spot, basically meaning most fish stores have sort of an assorted bin. For example, we'll take platies real fast. Assorted platies, a whole bunch of different colors of platies for one low price. Or once they start getting sorted into different colors like sunset platies, red wag platies, the price normally goes up as you're paying for that species to be sorted out. The same thing I found with plants. When I go to PETCO, I love the assorted plant bin. You never know what you're gonna find, and oftentimes you'll find expensive species. For example, these plants all should normally be around $10 a piece, but I got them for so cheap because I purchased them out of the assorted bin. Some tips for going into the assorted tanks at PETCO, PetSMART, you know, wherever you go to, local fish stores. Always choose healthy specimens. If it's not healthy just because it's in the assorted tank, you don't need to buy it, obviously. And make sure you know what you're looking for. Don't get a tiny little twig of something just because it's in the assorted tank you think is a good deal. Make sure they're healthy plants or fish, you know, whatever. But I personally love this tactic because it's always fun and you never know what you're gonna see in these assorted systems. So next time you're at your local fish store or a chain pet store, I encourage you to check out the assorted fish and the assorted plants and try to find some species that are worth buying. One more quick tip is to DIY, but don't DIY too much. An example of a good DIY was my DIY screen top for my reef tank. It was very cheap, it was very easy, and it cost less making it than it would if I bought a lid. Now, that's not always going to be the case. You need to always make sure to check your price of you building the item, all your materials, as well as the time it's going to take you, and compare that to the price if you just bought the item. Because it can really go either way. You can either DIY and have it all work out, have it be super easy and super cheap, or you can do it, mess things up, make it be a huge production, a huge mess. An example of a bad DIY was when I DIY'd my first reef tank sump. Now, it was for my 55 gallon, and it was a mess. I had to literally silicone 2 10-gallon tanks together It was difficult, I had to cut glass, like it was overall not a fun experience. I probably wouldn't do it again. But overall, with the time I wasted with that, I would have been better off just buying a sump at that point. The only issue and the reason why I didn't buy a sump, which is another reason DIYing is good, is for custom things. I couldn't purchase a sump that would fit under my 55-gallon tank stand, which is why I was forced to make one, unfortunately. Moral of the story, DIY at your own discretion. And last but not least, we can talk about the one that basically everyone knows about, but I just want to go ahead and mention it because it is super important. Look on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, and LetGo and try to find stuff used. My ducks scream so loud when I'm out here. This is like the 27th time. Anyway, if you can, buy used. Just do a quick Google search or a quick search on Facebook, Craigslist, anything like that for aquariums, fish tanks, reef tanks, anything like that, and you'll find a lot of stuff, normally depending on your area. Now obviously this is way better because it's so much cheaper as it is used. You have to be careful though. You don't want to buy someone's trash. You don't want to buy a broken item. You don't want to buy a super old item that's going to break soon. So you have to pick and choose, kind of weed out what you want, weed out what you don't. It will take some time and you're not always going to find something you want, but if you're adamant about checking it, you'll definitely come across a deal eventually. Another tip I have is to use price matching to your advantage. If you don't know what price matching is, basically PETCO, PETSMART, mainly these chain pet stores, oftentimes price their items very high. Now to avoid paying these prices, you can go to their website. PETCO will price match PETCO.com and it's oftentimes way cheaper than it was in store for a specific item. I think it works on everything except for live stuff. But then with PetSmart, you can actually price Chewies.com and Chewy.com, which should be my website, I know, same name, but it's not for some reason. Weird. PetSmart actually owns Chewy.com. And Chewy.com basically has the same prices as Amazon. So if you see something you like on Amazon for a good price but you want it sooner, you can go to PetSmart, make sure you have the little Chewies.com link, show them it, and they should be able to price match to Chewies.com to get your items way cheaper. And then one more tip right at the end, believe it or not, this is actually amazing and most people don't know about it, is you can get some aquarium supplies at the dollar store. That means it costs $1. Great deal. There's fake plants there, there's even filter media, sometimes there's aquarium substrate. I found a whole bunch of stuff. But there's also stuff not in the fish aisle that you can find there. I have 2 whole videos actually. One of them is a little old, a little irrelevant, but the second one is I think fairly recent. I'm planning on making a third one just because they're so popular and I really enjoy them. You can find suction cups at the dollar store. You can find razor blades to scrape the algae at the dollar store. You can find super glue that's aquarium safe at the dollar store, all for just $1. You can find light timers at the dollar store to time your lights so they come on at a certain time every day. You can find cheap containers you can use to dip corals or house fish when you're moving them from tank to tank. There's just a whole bunch of different stuff you can find there, and it's all only $1. I'll go ahead and link my dollar store video up at the top if you want to check it out, and then I plan on making one soon, so if you want to see part 3 of going to the dollar store for fish supplies, comment that down below and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.